Welcome to Sports Sunday. I'm Brooke Grimsley. It's hard to believe because it's almost July, but for the first time this season, the Cardinals welcoming in their arch rivals, the Cubs, to Busch Stadium. While the Cubs have been struggling, they came alive this weekend in the series. Bottom of the first, Brendan Donovan at the plate here hits one right inside the third baseline, and it's rolling. He sprints, loses his helmet in the process here, but he slides and he is safe at third for the triple. Arenado would drive him in to make it 1-0 Cards. Jack Flaherty with the start today, but he gets into trouble early. Top of the second here, one out. Flaherty in a bases loaded jam strikes out Morel, his second of the game. Then Flaherty gets Ortega here to ground out to second. Flaherty gets out of the jam, but that would be it for him today. The Cards saying at the time that he was experiencing right shoulder stiffness. He walked two, gave up one hit and 2 innings of work. Bottom of the second, one on for Ivan Herrera. Gets his first RBI yesterday, and then today his first major league hit. Carlson is safe at third as well. We go to the top of the third. Brendan Donovan here at the plate again, and once again he delivers, launches this one out to deep right. And that is a solo bomb, makes it 3-0 Cards. Next man up, Paul Goldschmidt sends this one the other way. That's a no-doubter as well. It makes it 4-0 Cardinals. A few batters later, Juan Yepez wants to join in all the fun, smashes one all the way to the third deck. That is a goner, makes it 5-0 Cardinals. Top the fourth, though. Wheels start to fall off for the Redbirds. 2 on. Wilson Contreras, base hit to center. 2 runs will score, and we are tied at 5. To extras we go after the Cubs went up 1. Cards trying to prevent further damage. Arenado snags it to Gorman, to Goldie, and the inning's over. Cards' last chance here. Arenado strikes out. The Cubs win this one 6-5 in extras and take 2 of 3 in this weekend series. The big talk, though, after the game was the future of Jack Flaherty and what this means for the Cardinals.
He came in after that second inning, said nothing was hurting, had a dead arm, nothing was coming out the way he wanted it to. A little stiff, but nothing in the same spot that we've been working on this whole time. So we weren't going to risk it. We took him out. Yeah, it's hard for me to even speculate right now. I'm sure we'll see the docs here shortly and tomorrow and have a much better idea as to what we have on our hands.
Where is Jack at mentally? And obviously, 3 starts have not gone the way that either you or him would have liked.
More of a question for him to answer. It seems like he's a little bit defeated and wanting to come back and be the guy that we know he's capable of being, but it's not coming out the way he or we wished it would at the moment. Yeah.
Well, speaking of injuries, the Cardinals president of baseball operations, John Mozeliak, giving us an update on the Redbirds and the injury front. Here's some of the most notable ones from his update on Friday. Pitcher Drew Verhagen was placed on the 15-day injured list with shoulder issues. Packy Naughton was recalled. Tyler O'Neill will be evaluated for whether he's ready for a rehab early this week. And Yadier Molina is in Puerto Rico resting. The team will check in with him this week as well. Well, it may feel like a while ago, but back in early May, the Cardinals made the move to send Paul DeJong back to the minors. The reason? To get more at bats. He was struggling, batting under 200, but now down in Memphis, he's racking up for the Redbirds, batting .218 with 33 RBIs and 10 home runs. He actually got his 11th homer last night. He's doing what he's supposed to do. The problem, who are you going to send down to bring him up? Nolan Gorman, Brendan Donovan, that's all no's. Edman also playing great at second as well. John Mozeliak recently also talking about that.
It's really been a situation where, we hoped he would go down, get himself right, and come back. But in the meantime, there's been a little bit of a Wally Pipp situation where, the players that have taken over those positions have been thriving. So, we're just not in a place to just start to displace them at the moment.
Well, a lot of events going on in the area this past week. Over at Forest Park on Wednesday, golfing for a good cause. It was the 31st annual celebrity golf tournament benefiting the Demetrius Johnson Foundation. Mizzou coaches Eli Drinkwitz and Dennis Gates making the trip to town for the event. Demetrius Johnson was a former Mizzou and NFL star, and now his charitable foundation, which is based here in St. Louis, is dedicated to identifying and helping better the lives of inner city youth. That's a cause that many love to get behind, including Mizzou football head coach Eli Drinkwitz, head basketball coach over at Mizzou, Dennis Gates, and SLU men's basketball coach Travis Ford. For the Mizzou coaches, they're happy to give back to an area that gives them so much.
Excited to have avenues and different opportunities present itself, not just in St. Louis, but nationally, to provide opportunities for our young people.
We want to make sure that we're giving back to the community that's given us so much. I mean, a lot of our players, I think we've got 19 players on our team from the city of St. Louis or surrounding counties, and so this is an opportunity for us to continue to give back and support the city that gives us so much.
Well, speaking of Mizzou, East St. Louis's own Luther Burden hasn't even played a down for the Mizzou Tigers yet, but he's already a fan favorite. Last night, Mizzou football fans lined up at the Mercedes-Benz of Columbia, all for a chance just to meet him. Burden was on hand to chat with fans, meet with people, and of course, sign autographs. Now that he's been there for most of the summer, Burden talked about what life is like in Columbia so far.
Man, I'm loving it. You know, just being out of the city and welcoming into my new home is great. I'm really loving it here and looking forward to doing big things here. When I go out though, yeah, people recognize me. It's a good feeling. I mean, just for you to go outside and like someone know you and recognize who you are. I mean, everybody want that, but I mean, it's a good feeling.
Over at St. Dominic High School on Friday night, some of Missouri's top high school basketball players coming together to help grant wishes for local children battling critical illnesses. The inaugural I Got This All-Star Game was organized by 17-year-old St. Dominic student Luke Karhoff. Luke received a wish from the Make-A-Wish Missouri and Kansas chapter back in 2015 while he was enduring his own cancer treatments. He came up with the idea to organize this All-Star Game to help grant future wishes for children who are going through what he went through.
My involvement started with Make-A-Wish when I was about 9 years old. I was diagnosed with stage 4 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. And then a Make-A-Wish representative came into my hospital room and they told my mom that I had been nominated for a wish. And then from that point forward, it was about a year-long process of just me deciding my wish. And then throughout that time when I was deciding my wish, Coach Tatum, the coach at CBC, he let me sit on their bench for the next 2 years straight. And that's kind of how I got the idea to do this. Is we're taking 2 Make-A-Wish kids, and they're going to be the honorary captains of the 2 All-Star teams.
It started here in 1904 at Francis Field, and we also have the Olympic Greens. But getting all the students out from all the different community centers, it's just a fun day, yes.
That iconic smile leading the way for Olympic Day on Thursday. 6-time Olympic gold medalist Jackie Joyner-Kersee led hundreds of St. Louis area kids around the track at Francis Olympic Field at Wash U. That was the original site of the 1904 Olympic Games. Well, coming up on Sports Sunday, former Belleville West basketball star E.J. Liddell got his name called in this year's NBA draft. We go behind the scenes for his big day. That's next after the break.